How many of you would like to be solely judged on how you look on the outside? What about being judged on the outside rather than your abilities to perform your job? No one would want that because it would make you feel less valued. So ask yourself this question: is it fair that people with tattoos get judged and are considered to be unprofessional? There are at least 1 out of 5 Americans that have tattoos now. Tattoos are becoming more acceptable than they were in the past. Unfortunately, there are still people who frown upon them, and it seems that people tend to get uncomfortable around people who have tattoos because people associate tattoos with gang activities and violence and other menacing acts. In today's world, tattoos usually have some kind of meaning, like the loss of a loved one in remembrance, or the birth of a child, or just something that made you feel good that day. And another thing is, tattoos are a way to express yourself. And we were always taught to express ourselves. So, even though the world is evolving, there are still some work environments that does not allow tattoos to be visible, such like schools. I was fortunate to work in 2 hospitals. They didn't mind tattoos as long as they were not vulgar and they did not express racial slurs or anything like that. They didn't mind. And yet these other workplaces, they want to control everything. But we should be able to decide what we should and shouldn't wear and what we should or shouldn't show, as long as it's not being offensive and it is appropriate. I mean, we're adults. We know how to dress and act appropriately for for our jobs. And if not, then you don't need that job anyway. And you're not really, in my book, considered an adult. But when people are limited to tattoos and other things, it can cause a negative impact on a person's job performance by diminishing a person's motivation. And this is according to a gentleman named A.D. Ellis. People with tattoos are just as capable to perform their jobs just as well as someone who does not have a tattoo. To me, there seems to be a discrimination. And discrimination is not just about gender, race, or people with disabilities. As of now, there are no federal law against hiring someone because they have a tattoo. I mean, not hiring, sorry. But for years, we have been fighting against discrimination. Discrimination can be against people with tattoos. And according to the American Psychological Association, discrimination is the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people. So, with that being said, people with tattoos can be included under this definition. Merriam-Webster defines unprofessional as not exhibiting a courteous, conscientious, or generally business-like manner in the workplace. So, as long as anyone can be courteous, conscientious, and conduct themselves in a business-like manner, they should never not be employed because they have tattoos that show, or because someone personally does not like tattoos. Because that does not mean they can't do their job. Tattoos is something someone chooses to get and can be controlled. But people need to look beyond the outer surface because tattoos go skin deep. The ability to do a job is by using your brain and physical ability.